sounds beautiful. You rolling on us?
You guys ready? David Jackson, DAVID, JACKSON, Media Unit, Kansas City, Missouri Police Department. Just want to take a quick second to start off with some positive. We just came down from the Quick Trip just up the street where one of the protesters was walking out and offered us all cold water, me and my fellow officers here, cold water. Said it's going to be a long day. Last night, somebody had thrown some newspaper containers out into the street. We went to pick them up. Some of the protesters stopped and helped us pick those things up. So I recognize that there's conflict. We all see that there's conflict. We all report on the conflict. But I'd be remiss if I didn't pass along that there are positives that are happening while this is going on. Again, just like we have been doing for the last few days, we're going to try to do hourly briefings to let you know what's going on. Obviously, last night, I can recap that for you. Obviously, last night was disheartening. Frustrating for those of us that are Kansas City natives to see what happened to the plaza last night happen to the plaza was remarkable. And I do not think it does anything to honor anybody or any cause. So with that, I'm sure that you guys have some specific questions, which I'm happy to do.
What happens at 8 o'clock when the curfew?
So just today, the city has passed a curfew for 8 o'clock tonight. That means that if you're out in the entertainment districts, which the boundaries of that are, I think, written in a city charter. So the exact boundaries of the entertainment districts and the parks are on a curfew at 8 o'clock. That means that if you are in an entertainment district or you are in a city park after 8 o'clock, you are subject to arrest.
Give us an indication. Right now, all the protesters are at Mill Creek Park. The plaza remains taped off. Are you going to keep them at Mill Creek? Are they going to march? Any indication as to what moves they'll make here?
We have said from the beginning we want them to be in the park, exercise their First Amendment rights, and that's what we expect them to do. We expect positive. We're starting today as a new day, and we want it to be a positive day. The park is here. It's open. It's public. Protest, demonstrate, talk about what you want to talk about. All of those things are great. Those are the types of discussions we have. Once people go in the street, once people break business windows, once people throw bottles, rocks, that kind of stuff, that's no longer a protest. That's no longer a demonstration. We're getting into an unlawful assembly there.
Where are you taking detainees, and have you had any issues so far today, or calm start?
Pretty calm start so far. We have made arrests over the weekend. I think one of the things I did want to follow up on, we made 85 arrests last night. We take them to an offsite for processing, a mass arrest type processing, and then they're divvied out around our city jails, our detention facilities around the city for holding, and then they're transferred based on their charges and all that kind of stuff.
Any serious arrests on 85?
Well, I think when police officers arrest anybody, it's serious. I don't underestimate the seriousness of any charge. But as far as like felonies or anything like that, there has not been any. These have been municipal charges.
Is this all hands on deck today? Is every single KCMO officer?
More than that. I think that you guys have reported and know that the National Guard is here, the Highway Patrol is here. We've contacted our mutual aid agreements, and we have initiated those. So I would qualify it as more than all hands on deck. We've got officers from all over the metro, as many as we can take. We've canceled everybody's day off on the police department. They're working. So I guess it's all hands on deck.
Were there people among the 85 arrested who were from out of state, out of the area?
So just to be clear, we don't release the address of anybody that we arrest. So we'll at the time when we get this all tabulated and done, we will release the names and the charges of what people were arrested for. But as far as specifics about where they live, we're not going to do that. We wouldn't do that in any case. So.
Any arrests today and any deployment of CS gas?
I hope not. There has been none.
Not arrested and no deployment of gas. So
No
far.
arrest, no deployment of CS gas. I hope that this thing goes peacefully.
So are you going to get at 8 o'clock, let's say, you're going to give them an opportunity to disperse and everything like that, or anything else?
Oh, this is your opportunity. At 8 o'clock tonight, if you're still out here, you'll be subject to arrest. Now, the techniques or whether or not that will be determined based kind of on the totality of the circumstances. I want to make clear that the curfew that is put into place means that if you are in the entertainment district, you are subject to arrest. So I want to make that point clear. You will be subject to arrest.
Good advice. Be gone before 8 o'clock.
That's good advice. I couldn't have said it better myself.
And then, what about us? What about the media?
Yeah. So, obviously, these are newsworthy events, and we want to give you guys options. We have shut a large portion of the plaza has been shut down to repair some of the damage from last night. We're going to try to keep people away so that some of these businesses, we've shut that down to joggers this morning so that some of this can get repaired from the damage from last night. With that being said, the media has a job to do, and we want to facilitate that. So what we've asked is if you go about 100 yards north of here to the Cleaver or 47th and Main area, and you can do all of your shooting and anything. If you want to try to go around the perimeter, you can do that. But what we can probably facilitate for you is just north of where we are right now.
We've been hearing that a lot communication between officers has been kind of removed from the scanner, mostly cell phone communication. Is that pretty typical for something like this?
I don't know.
I think we heard that on the scanner earlier.
I don't know any.
Nothing
No,
okay.
What I will say is there's so much going on that we've trying to get on the air and broadcast things that we need. I'm sure that officers have used their cell phone to call somebody over or something like that, or to make an arrangement to get a new battery or something like that. But if the inclination there is that we're avoiding getting on the radio, that no.
Multiple U.S. cities had curfews last night, and it didn't really seem to make a big difference in other cities. What makes you think Kansas City will be different?
It is another peaceful, non-kinetic option to get people to disperse. We've noticed an increase in violence after it gets dark, and we thought that by encouraging people to leave at 8 o'clock after they've demonstrated, after they've voiced their concerns, giving them that time, that at 8 o'clock we can let them go home. They know that they can go home. We're communicating with them. You can go home, and that's a non-violent way to get that done, a non-aggressive way to get that done. So that was part of the thinking. It gives us a yet another option to get the crowd cleared out without using any type of force whatsoever.
Do you have any estimates of how many people were in that crowd last night?
Over 1,000 for sure. We have probably seen groups. The thing that has been kind of difficult, that's different than a lot of the protest demonstrations, marches that you guys have covered around here for years, is that they have broken off into, I would say, smaller groups, but those smaller groups might have 200 or 300 people in them. They were downtown last night. They were over around Linwood and Main last night. They were down here. Some walked through the crowd. I know that we had a large group take over the ambulance entrance at St. Luke's Hospital. I know that there was at least one ambulance that was blocked from bringing a lady in that was having a miscarriage. So we had to get that cleared out. Those are the types of things. We would love for all of this to be peaceful. We would love for commerce and all of the things that this city does to continue to happen. But we're not going to let ambulances not take people to the hospital. That's not going to happen. We're going to clear that out. We're going to get that. We're going to get some of these things accomplished. There's things that are going on that are important. All right, thanks. All right, thanks a lot. Yeah. Sure. You're going to reach into my back pocket. I don't want to reach in. Sure. All right. Oh, again, every hour? Right here? Is this good for you guys? You guys?